Mall of America. It's home to world-class shopping, great dining, and amazing attractions and events. And these are our stories, presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism. Hey, Mall of America fans, welcome to So Much More. I am your host, Jill Renslow, for this episode, and I am joined for our first-time co-host, Brinley, who's one of our social media strategists. So welcome, Brinley.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
We have a very exciting conversation for you all today because we're going to talk all about influencers. And I am very excited that we have a couple influencers with us today that not only have been posting content and helping us here at Mall of America, but also work with a lot of other brands and their content and bringing to life this exciting channel of influencer marketing. So here with us, we have Hannah Swenson. So welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I love it. And Gwen Dinh. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Well, because we have some fabulous fashionistas, we're going to get started with a fun little rapid fire, just so we can get to know you guys and your style a little bit. And then we'll get into the hard questions, if that's good with you guys. Perfect. Okay, so
Let's do it.
Brinley, you are participating. So we're going to have all three of you guys. So we're going to get the audience warmed up as well. Whether you're watching or listening to us, we want to get you kind of in the groove of the fashion and style as we head into spring here. So I'm going to name two different fashion elements, and you guys just tell me if you think if it's out in or if it's out. Like if it's something that you guys are interested in. If I'm asking that right, is that the idea of this?
Yeah, I think so. It's like the either or. So you like say like one option or the other.
Perfect.
And then I think there's like one or two that are like, is this in or out?
Perfect. Okay, so we'll get started. We'll have Brinley answer first, and then you guys can follow her. So first one is ballet flat or kitten heel?
Oh, it's got to be kitten heel.
She's got them on today. I love it. Gwen.
Kitten heels.
Ballet flats.
Okay, next up, we'll start with you, Gwen. Barrel jeans or mini skirt?
Mini skirt.
Mini.
I'm also a mini skirt.
Okay, hands down winner. Okay, hoop earrings or studs, Hannah?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Hoop.
I like studs.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm a
Yeah.
stud girl. Okay, gold or silver, Brinley?
Gold.
Oh, that's tough. I love both. Right now, silver is my favorite color.
Okay,
Gold.
perfect. Uggs or Birkenstocks?
Birkenstocks.
I want to say Minnetonka, but I'll say Birkenstock.
She's adding to our
You know, I've never actually owned a pair of Birkenstocks, so I think I automatically have to say Ugg.
I love it. The gas. Oh,
I know. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I've made it this far, but I fear I need to get a pair.
Turtleneck or oversized sweaters, Brinley?
This one's also difficult for me. I would say oversized sweater.
I'm going to say oversized sweater too.
Turtleneck.
I'm a turtleneck as well. Bows or animal print?
Animal prints.
I thought you were going to say bow.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Based on what you're wearing, Hannah, I'm going to guess the answer there. And Brinley?
Bows.
Perfect. Night in, night out? Hannah?
Night in.
Night in?
You know, I want to say I'm a night in, but I'm pretty sure I'm a night out.
I'm definitely a night in.
Okay. Adidas Sambas, in or out?
I think you should be able to wear whatever you want.
Definitely in. Those are my favorite shoes.
In.
Comfort,
In
right?
comfort,
Right?
yes.
Love it. Okay, last one. Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Oh my gosh.
Throwing in a wild card there.
I'm going to say Team Edward because I want to be sparkly.
Jacob.
I am also a Jacob. Team Jacob.
You guys are hilarious. I love this. Okay, so now that you guys are warmed up, we've learned your style a little bit. We're going to start telling your stories. I'm really fascinated with where you guys are at, where you got started, and just this lifestyle that you live. So first off, Brinley, you help us create some amazing content for our social channels. And so I would love for you to share with our audience, what does a day in the life look like for Brinley?
You know, a day in the life being a content creator here at the biggest mall in America is very, very different every day. It can go from events to going to new stores to planning days with like you guys and other content creators. I have yet to have a day that's been the same here, which is crazy to say, but I think that's one of the favorite parts about being a content creator here. You get introduced to so many different people and so many different brands, and just making connections all the time is just what I really, really love about being a content creator here.
When you think back to all the crazy things that you've covered, what's been one of the most memorable posts that you've put out there?
Easily. So this was actually I didn't find out this was happening until a couple hours before, but Ed Sheeran came to the mall to do a pop-up in front of Lego, and I was standing 3 feet in front of him while he was singing. And that was just like the craziest thing that like has ever happened. Like he was like handing out minifigures, handing out like all these like Lego kits and stuff. And then he went right out front and sang to like this crowd of people. And I was like, there's like photos of me where I'm like 3 feet in front of him with a phone in my face. Like it was so funny. But yeah, that was definitely one of the most memorable days. And he's just an awesome person too. So that just makes it so much better when you meet like these meet people in real life, and like they tend to be who they show who they are online. Like I think that's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
It makes it a testament to that anything is possible here, right?
Yes, literally.
Fun. I love it. And Hannah, you've had your run here. So what we say 7 years ago, you were an intern with our PR team.
7 or 8 years ago, yeah. PR started off my first job post-college grad. So I was the PR and fashion intern here at MOA. So
I can say I knew you when.
You did.
When
you did.
Were young
that was,
and getting started. So talk a little bit about that internship and maybe how it influenced you where you're at today.
For sure. So it was about a year into my content creation journey that I started here. And I think really we had kicked off RIP MOA Style. So we had kicked that off just before I started here. But really working with the content creators behind the scenes, helping style shoots, helping Sarah Rogers pull for media segments and really going and seeing behind the scenes. Really came full circle. I had my own segment on Twin Cities Live last week. So I shouted her out. Yeah,
That's
I was
awesome.
like, that was a really, really full circle moment because behind here, as I'm sure you know, Brinley, too, behind the scenes at Twin Cities Live, the Jason Show, doing all of that, and then having really full circle moments now here. I think it's 8 years later.
That's exciting. So talk a little bit about the content that you produce and that you put out there. What is your niche?
I like to say I don't niche down because I have so many interests. I do fashion, I do lifestyle, I do local restaurants and travel and styling. So yeah, really hard to describe the niche because I just share whatever I'm kind of thinking and feeling and like at the moment, but love to share thrift finds and all of that too. So yeah, it's all out there.
So who would you say is your primary audience?
Primary audience, I've developed a really fantastic local audience just geographically. There's a massive community here and people want that community. So I've found that, but definitely women about my age. So I just turned 30 a couple weeks ago. So I'd say like mid-20s to mid-40s is my demographic, but women who like keeping it real.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So over to you, Gwen. So not only have you supported Mall of America content, but you work for one of our tenants here and represent a beauty brand. So talk a little bit about your journey and what your day looks like.
Yeah, so I am a general manager at Ulta Beauty, and if you would have asked me 10 years ago if I wanted to work in retail, I would have been, no way, I'm going to be a nurse. And I went to school for nursing at St. Kate's. It was actually during my externship that I had 2 interviews. It was either at the NYX Cosmetics that opened downstairs or a dermatology interview. And I actually chose the NYX Cosmetics interview. And I loved it so much. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, Mom. I'm going to chase my dreams. And I love beauty and makeup. And this is like probably the platform that's going to help me catapult into what I want to do. And that's honestly where I started my social media too, because NYX Cosmetics gave me that platform. I was able to educate other stores on like different trends and then also like post on their social media. So when NYX closed, I was very sad, but I ended up going to Sephora and then it just kind of catapulted from there.
So beauty has been your focus, or talk about the content that you really focus on for your channel.
So I focus on beauty. That's my number one priority, but also lifestyle. I honestly love doing, just like Hannah, I kind of do a little bit of everything. I love to show my experiences and kind of showcase like what there is available in the Twin Cities, because a lot of times people are like, oh, Minnesota's so boring. Like there's nothing to do, but there's so much to do. Like every time I'm posting something about Mall of America, they're like, wait, that's there? Like we can experience that. And it's just daily conversations when I'm working over in Plymouth or even Bloomington when I'm helping them. They're just flabbergasted in how much that there is in Mall of America.
So for both of you, give you a chance for both answering this question. When you look at content creation, what are the parameters that you manage around? Like how frequent are you posting content on a schedule? Are you doing it just based on what you're inspired around? Like talk a little bit about how often you're posting or what your parameters are. So Hannah, why don't you start?
I feel like I'm really curious to know your answer, Gwen.
Yeah.
I don't have a schedule for myself. I post when I have content, and that's really, I work a full-time job as well. So I think balancing the two of those when I'm able to create content, and usually, I can shoot something really quickly now. I'll be out, to brunch with a friend and just have them take a little outfit video or snippets. So when I have content, I'll post it. But yeah, I'm not very disciplined about scheduling. Obviously, paid collaborations are a different thing, where then that's, a bit more to set that up and post on a schedule. But yeah, I just kind of post when I have content to share.
That's great.
I would say, so it's gotten a lot more complicated now. It's a lot more scheduled now because I have to go through authorization with Ulta Beauty because they give me campaigns similar to Mall of America. And I think that prepared me for how deadlines, I have to make sure I submit it early for them to preview and then fix it and then post it at an exact time. So I would say right now I'm on a scheduled creation just because there's just so much that I have to do in my daily life as a general manager. I have to be there all the time. I'm not salaried, so I'm on call. And then making content for Ulta Beauty, I have to make sure the campaigns are submitted on time too. And then also doing things that I enjoy. And I loved sharing things at Mall of America. So
sticking with you, Gwen, when you talk about you have your day jobs on top of being content creators, how do you balance that? How do you prioritize your time?
I would say a lot of energy drinks, that's for sure. Energy drinks, but also I like to be busy. So I love being on the go. Literally, I'm people call it the mall walk, but I'm retail walking around the whole mall. But I like to keep myself busy. I keep a schedule. I make sure that I have enough time to prioritize myself, just have downtime. And then also I'm okay, I'm ready to go. Let's go shoot this content. Let's go to the next store. Or let's go to this location to shoot some outfit photos. I just like being on the go, and that's why being a general manager was perfect. My district manager was I'm going to give you a new store. You're going to build this new store, and you're going to be so busy, but they're finding more things for me to do because...
Well, a master multitasker, and we love having you here at the mall.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. How about you balancing work life?
Definitely multitasking. Yeah. I'd say that's an ADHD superpower of mine is that I can do 30 things at once. But I think it's really, you want to find what works for you. And I think that's why content creation, I do it when I'm able to. And I want to make sure that it's something that I still enjoy doing and it's not, a burden or something that's overwhelming. So just really, when there's a chance to shoot content, to do it. I love it. There are so many local events that you can create content with other photographers and content creators at. So just really kind of striking that balance. And a lot of times too in the winter here, I'm sure when it comes to the winter in Minnesota, it gets dark really early. So then you can basically create content on the weekends. So I have 2 days a week I can shoot any content. And then other than that, weekdays, it's dark out. So I love when summer comes because then I have a couple of hours I can play with. But it's definitely the 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5, we like to say. So the job on top of the job.
I love it. Well, I'm going to come back to Brinley here because this whole world is fascinating. It has changed our brand significantly, how we've connected with our guests, and it's beyond our social content, but really connecting with influencers that are relevant for our brand. So talk about how you have been navigating that. Have a major footprint in managing the influencers that Mall of America works with. So talk about the selection process. How do we go about managing who we're all working with and also making sure that they're representing our content in the right way?
Yeah, I think just kind of going back and echoing what Gwen and Hannah both said, their content, it feels just a snapshot into their life. So it's not just completely one thing or another, that it's all encompassing. And I feel like those are just like the type of content creators, because we want everyone to feel like every inch of the mall is like covered somehow. And I feel like you guys do such a good job, and like you said, like just including everything that MOA has to offer, and just like whether it's like working with campaigns or like if we have like one-off things, like I think there truly is for every content creator out there like something here at Mall of America for them to, partner with us on.
So the term content creator and the term influencer, are they interchangeable or is there a difference? Because I feel like, it's one of those things that is it PC to call it what's what you call it right now? So I think, is there a difference? And help me understand that. Whoever wants to grab that.
I think I kind of started as like influencers, and then it's kind of shifted more to content creators. I don't know. You guys can hop in and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like sometimes like the word influencer just has like a little bit of a negative connotation to it. So like content creators, like all like more like all encompassing, and like people who are just basically, like I said, showing you a snapshot into their lives, instead of like with the word influencer, it just makes you, they're trying to make you buy something or, take action somehow. Sure. So like content creator, I don't know. I still use both words interchangeably, but I usually lean towards content creator.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
So the OG, if we want to go back to the OG term, we'd say blogger. And when I first started, I called myself a blogger. And I still do have a blog, but I haven't posted on it since like maybe 2020. So yeah, the blogs. But I'd say, influencer is more kind of sales driven, more content. We create content. We do photography, videography.
Exactly. That's why I would call myself digital content creator every time I was kind of promoting myself. I didn't use influencer because it was just more, I felt I didn't feel connected with the people viewing my content, because I was like, I don't want to influence you to buy something. I want you to like be inspired. And, I don't know, as an influencer, they just connect like sales and like a bunch of like the LA houses to like promote like products, and it's not me. I just want to inspire others to do more, and also like to be themselves, because being a content creator is not easy. Not everyone, like everyone's viewing yours like, oh, you're posting a video about a lipstick. Why? Like you're talking to a camera, but
you're filming in public. Yeah, like that's embarrassing.
Yeah, taking multiple takes, walking past the door. Like it's. I don't know. If I would have listened to the people like back like 10 years ago, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I still I don't care. I'm like opening the door. I'm like filming myself. I'm doing everything in public. So.
Yeah, kind of jumping off of what Hannah said about filming in public. I that was like a very big fear of mine. Like even from like a brand perspective, is to just like, you don't ever want to like get in anybody's way or like draw attention to yourself in a way. And I think that was something really quickly working here that I got over, because I'm like, nobody cares what I'm doing. Like I'm just over here taking a video. I'm just over here taking photos. So, and one of my good friends is also a content creator, and we went on a trip recently. And so I really had to like get over that fear as well, because she was like, let's make this video in the airport. Let's do this. And I'm like, okay, like I guess. And then once you start doing it, it's just like, why was I ever afraid to do this to begin with? Because it's like, nothing's ever really that deep, like it's just like, you're just having fun, and who's gonna make fun of you if you're having fun?
And it's so good to have a content buddy too. Like I feel like when you're with, like I have friends that I've made through content creation, a lot of my really good friends have come out of Instagram, out of social media, from this world, which is kind of crazy, but that's how you meet a lot of people now too. But yeah, it always helps when you're with someone too.
So as a more public figure and being watched in your content, how do you manage that? Maybe you don't have it, the pressure of like delivering something based on what you have created as far as in your personality, your profile, and what people expect out of you. Do you feel that sense of pressure? You hear a lot about this and the weight that being public facing, as far as that, whether it's the mental side of things and people, just making sure you have that wellness and that confidence in yourself. Talk a little bit about that, and do you feel that weight at all as a public figure and putting yourself out there? Go ahead, Gwen.
Yeah, I can go first. Yeah, I feel that I always want to make the best content, and sometimes I push myself a little too much where I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I edit it this way. I need to make sure it's like to a T. And sometimes it does get to you where like, why doesn't my content look like somebody else's? And sometimes you have to take a step back and be like, no, there's a reason why people are following you. There's a reason why people like your content. Like, you're being you. So you shouldn't be emitting somebody else's like way of their like verbiage, or like sometimes I get stuck in the cycle where I'm like, oh, I don't speak proper English, but English is not my first language, and that's totally fine. And sometimes I'll be comparing myself where like, oh, why didn't I say it like this? Oh, why didn't I film it this way? And yeah, I definitely say it does get hard, but you just have to like really like, get back down to it and be like, no, this is what people want. This is why they're coming back to my page, and and also reaching out to friends and fellow like content creators, like how do you get past this, and reaching out to support each other. Yeah.
Anything to add to that?
I mean, I think I've gotten to this stage in content creation, and it's taken years to get really kind of past that. But I have such a great community that I've developed too, that there really aren't the people, there aren't the negative comments or negative things, but I've had a couple of videos really go viral, and then you start getting the awful comments. So it's just, roll off your back and just take it with a grain of salt and
do
don't
what's
let it bother you.
authentic.
Exactly.
And move forward, and they'll like what they like. I love it. So I would love for each one of you to share, and Brinley shared her Ed Sheeran story, but do you have a favorite post or a favorite experience that you've had as you've been a content creator? Hannah, why don't you start?
Favorite experience. I think one of them, which was just a really cool thing that wouldn't have come around if it hadn't been for content creation. Last year, I went out to Joshua Tree with a content creator friend of mine, and we were actually gifted a stay at a wild Mustang sanctuary. So we were able to stay in a yurt and hang out with wild Mustangs and go on horseback rides around Joshua Tree. So it was kind of one of those kind of pinch me moments. And when you first get started too, it's really like you don't get gifted things or paid at all for a long time. And that's not why I'm doing it, for sure. But to be able to have those experiences, and then people value the content you're creating from that is a really rewarding moment.
That's great. Yeah. Fun story. How about you, Gwen?
Last year, I got invited to go to BeautyCon as an influencer, and that was probably the pinch me moment where I was like, oh my God, somebody from LA wants me to go there. And that was honestly the coolest experience. I got blown out, got to attend BeautyCon as an influencer, and got to meet my favorite content creators I've been watching on TikTok for a couple of years, and YouTubers. And I just remember when I was younger, BeautyCon was such a big thing, and that was like you made it as a beauty content creator. So it was just an insane experience.
It's very fun. Well, I'd love all three of you to give future social media strategists or future content creators advice on if they want to go down that path as career opportunity or something that they want to do in addition to their career. What advice you all have? So Brinley, why don't you start?
I would say just post it. I think a lot of people just kind of get in their heads and overthink about whether or not it's not perfect or they need to work on it a little more. That's what everybody, I feel, says once they like are bigger influencers. They're like, if I wouldn't have just like let go of what everybody else was saying, I wouldn't be here. So I would say just post it.
I like that. Gwen, what's your advice?
I would say, honestly, just post about something that you're passionate about, not what's trending. Just something that you want to, like, I love beauty, so I love talking about beauty products. I wouldn't post videos about cars because I have know nothing about cars. So, like, people can really tell and connect with you. And if they see that you're just creating a facade on camera, like, it doesn't, you're not going to get that connection. So yeah, just post about what you're passionate about. You never know, you might meet that person and they're going to start sharing it with people like, hey, did you hear about this person? They're talking about like this beauty content. Like, you might really like her content. Yeah. So
I love it. How about you, Hannah?
I'd say, kind of a combination of the two of you, but be authentic, do what feels right to you. And, like Gwen said too, following trends, if you're the first one to do something, you're going to be the only one in that space. So, I mean, do what feels natural to you. And then just, speaking of criticism and anything, just let that roll off your back. Like there will be moments that, you feel the critique or kind of questioning or might have imposter syndrome, but just go with it. Just post it. You've got it.
I love that. Okay, we have a little rapid fire to wrap up this episode. So I want all three of you to quick answer a few questions. So, favorite store at Mall of America, Brinley. It's like picking your favorite child, but
Oh my god.
it's all good.
I have really been liking Abercrombie lately, just for like my office basics and like trousers and stuff like that. So that's probably my favorite store at the moment, although they are all my children.
They are, because you feature all of them all the
Yes.
time. Love it. Favorite store, Gwen?
Oh my gosh.
Outside of Ulta, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have to say Ulta, but honestly, Urban Outfitters, they've really changed their selection. Not only do they have cute like clothes, they have blind boxes, and I love opening surprise boxes. And Pop Mart, it's I visit the mall almost every day just to find a new Pop Mart doll.
Love it. What's your favorite store, Hannah?
Nordstrom Rack.
Okay.
I love a deal. I like that is just going in there as a treasure hunt. So I'm the kind of shopper, like I will look through every piece until I find that one. I got, it was a Michael Kors collection skirt one. So this like $1,200 beautiful wool skirt for, I don't even know, it was like $50 or something. It's like, yes. So yeah, Nordstrom Rack.
Because so you answer my second question, so you have to find something different. Your favorite thing you've ever bought at Mall of America.
Probably my prom dress. I came up, so I'm from a smaller town in Wisconsin, so 2.5 hours away, but had family up here. So yeah, we'd come up, go to the mall. It'd be a big thing. I'd come here during band field trips. But yeah, my prom dress was from Nordstrom.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite item?
I would say at Vans, last year they had these platform shoes with 3D flowers on the bottom, and I longboard in the summer, so I wanted to have cute fashionable shoes while longboarding, and they were perfect for everything from longboarding outfits with dresses, and I wore the crap out of them, but I definitely need a new one this year.
Love it. Brinley, how about you?
I would say mine is a jean jacket. I can't remember where I got it. I want to say it was Zara, but when I was in college, me and my roommates at the time did like a little road trip up here. I went to Winona State, and we were staying like the weekend in the cities, and we came here shopping, and I got this denim jean jacket, and I literally still wear it all the time. It's like one of my favorite jackets. I had to take a break from wearing it. I wear it so much still, but probably that, because it also just reminds me of a time like before I worked here, and just like that, like you still get the butterflies, when you come here, like excited, and not that I'm not excited. Let me let me clarify that, but yeah, just like a time of like aspiration, I would say. So
I love it. Okay, so last question. What is the one must-have item we all need to have for spring? Gwen, you're up.
Ooh, what is a must-have for spring? That is such a hard question. I would honestly say a good setting spray. So I would say the new Fenty Beauty setting spray has been my must-have, and I'm not a believer in setting spray, but ever since that product came out, oh my God, my skin is glowy. It stays on all day, and I'm very passionate about it.
Okay,
So.
we will all be visiting you at
like
Ulta
yeah.
later today. Set us up. I love it. Hannah, what about you?
Oh, I look at my dock. So I'm like, I've comfy shoes of some kind, whether that be the Sambas that we talked about, love a Doc Marten, just shoes that you can walk in. I'm thinking about my upcoming trip and cute, comfy shoes. Necessity.
Very important at Mall of America, because there's a lot of
Absolutely.
walking, a lot of mall walking.
Yeah.
Or what did you call it? Retail walking?
Yeah, I'm like speeding through, and they're like, what is your mission? And I'm like, I just got to get to the next store.
You're focused. You
Yeah.
have a purpose. I love it. And Brinley, bring us home.
Oh, I would say like a good pair of tennis shoes, just because Minnesota, you only get so many months where it's nice out. So to be able to have a good pair of tennis shoes and out walking about and enjoying the sunshine, definitely a must. It's on my list for sure.
These are all very practical. I love this. So wrap it up. If people want to follow you and your content, where can they find you, Hannah?
I am at Where She Wore.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, on TikTok, across
all
on
the-
my website that I don't update anymore. It's all where she are.
Perfect. And how about you, Gwen?
My hero platform is going to be Instagram, and it's going to be under Gwen X Ing. So it's GwenXANH, and it's kind of a mixture of my first name. A lot of people think Gwen is my first name, but it's actually Gwen Ing, but it's just a lot easier to say. And yeah. Thank you.
And Brinley, where can people follow us on social?
Oh, at Mall of America, all platforms.
Yes, take a look at us on all of our platforms because Brinley and her team, they post tons of great content featuring so many of our tenants and collaborating with a lot of influencers, including Gwen and Hannah. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today. Such a fun conversation, and definitely tune in next time for so much more. We have so much great content for you to follow. Thanks for listening to So Much More, a Mall of America podcast. Subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts. This show is presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.